starts with their county FA. It's a simple training course and you can take it as soon as you hit your 14th birthday. Once you've done that, you have to go through at least 11 hours of face-to-face training. You'll then graduate as a level 7 official, which means you can take charge of county level games. But hold your horses, there's still a long way to go to get to the Premier League. Your next step is to spend a year each at levels 6, 5 and 4. This covers the top of the amateur game. Only at level 3 do you start doing Northern Counties or Isthmian League level games, for example. If you've done this all quickly, you can reach level 2 and ref your first National League match after, I don't know, 6 years? After getting enough experience at that level, you can apply to be a referee in the EFL. There's an interview, people watching you do games, and then, if the EFL are happy, you'll be granted a level 1 licence to ref in games in League 2 and above. Now, they don't just say on you go to the Premier League, you have to work your way up through the divisions. Only after years of hard work and refereeing on cold Tuesday nights in Stoke can you be considered to do matches in some of Europe's very best stadiums. Now, who was the youngest to reach the very top? It was actually Michael Oliver. He refed his first Premier League match in 2010 at the tender age of just 25. So if you want to follow in his footsteps, crack on. It'll only take you roughly a decade, thousands of hours of work and an incredibly thick skin. In total, there are 37,000 registered referees across England, but the PGMOL has only deemed 21 good enough for the top flight. That means there's not even a 1 in 1,000 chance you'll even make it in. Obviously, referees can make mistakes, but when you think about it, having a go at them is kind of like slating a brain surgeon.
Listening to Early Sports Breakfast with me, Katie Shanahan, here on talkSPORT. Good to have your company this Friday morning. I'll be guiding you through until 6 a.m. when Alan Brazil and Gabby Abonhor take over with talkSPORT Breakfast. We're going to be recapping all of the football in Europe last night. There were wins for Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa and Celtic, Rangers drew and Crystal Palace lost to Liam Rosenior's Strasbourg. We'll also be looking through the back and the front pages this morning and, of course, looking ahead to the Premier League weekend. And remember, you can get involved in the show. We'd love to hear what you're getting up to this morning. It's early, I know, it's cold outside, and it's also Black Friday. Are you getting ready for a big day of Black Friday shopping, or are you someone that's not even thought about Christmas shopping just yet? Let me know. The number to call is 03717 223344. You can text me 810 89. Right, let's get into it. Okay, so a quick look through the back pages then. A lot is dominated by a lot of this trouble, the fan trouble with Young Boys and Aston Villa on the back page of the Times. Marlon hit by cup as Swiss fans attack police at Villa Park. Aston Villa's Daniel Marlon was hit by a cup apparently thrown by fans of Young Boys after celebrating the first of his 2 goals in Villa's 2-1 win in the Europa League. So that's dominating a number of the pages, same as the Daily Telegraph. Villa police clash with Swiss yobs. It's also a lot of the back pages is pictures of Arne Slot as he hopes to fight on. Slot to fight on after talks. You'll never go walkies alone. Defiant Slot will unleash dogs of war as cop boss bites back. And Slotweilers, lots of dogs, dog ponds on the back of these pages. Daily Star going with Slotweilers. Arne Slot backing his pussycats to bare teeth and become dogs of war, and fight on Slot is the back page of the Daily Mail. So a lot of Arne Slot and all the trouble that was faced at Aston Villa last night. So, right, as we've just mentioned there, it was a very busy night in Europe for the British sides, and the talkSPORT network had you covered.
Right. Here's Rodgers, lovely skill to get away from Zukru. Finds Marlon, getting into the area. Space for a shot, 2-0.
There's a chance for Yates from the edge of the box. And he strokes it in. Milenkovic laid it back. And Ryan Yates, a local lad, on a famous night for Forest.
Grappling on the edge of the penalty area. He does really well, Mateta. Brilliant strength from him. Into Tyreek Mitchell. Shout for Palace. And Tyreek Mitchell finds the bottom corner.
Final 1, Celtic 3 is Martin O'Neill's parting gift. They win in Europe for the first time in 4 years. You spotted, Andy?
Yeah, one of the young boys' players, I think, is just telling his own fans to just calm down a little bit.
Job done for Forest, for Malmo. The end of their season can't come soon enough. Full time at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest 3, Malmo 0.
It is Aston Villa 2, Young Boys 1.
It is Enciso, right-footed off the underside of the crossbar, but the rebound is turned in by Amurabat to make it Strasbourg 2, Crystal Palace 1.
It was a really entertaining night in the Champions League, rather than in the Champions League, in the Europa League. Aston Villa beat Young Boys 2-1, a brace from Daniel Marlon, but somewhat was overshadowed by fan trouble as Marlon was cut on the head by an object thrown from the Young Boys end. Like I was just saying there, lots of trouble with the fans here. Police and stewards at Aston Villa were attacked by supporters of Swiss club Young Boys, and striker Daniel Marlon sustained a cut to his head after being struck by a missile. This is the story on the back page of the Daily Telegraph. Sam Matterface was there and described how a young girl had been caught in the middle of the unrest. He also said that seats were being ripped out and thrown at police officers. In the act of celebrating his goal, Marlon was hit by a number of objects thrown from the crowd. Well, Villa players looked in disbelief at the number of objects raining down on them, and Marlon was not seriously hurt but looked surprised to touch his skin and feel blood from a small cut on his shaven head. So, yeah, lots happening with Villa Park in that Aston Villa game. As for Nottingham Forest, they beat Malmo 3-0, and Forest Academy graduate Ryan Yates, who's been at the club for 21 years now, got the party started with his first ever European goal. As for Celtic, they beat Feyenoord 3-1, a brilliant win for them as they came from behind for Celtic, and Martin O'Neill going from strength to strength. That was up against Robin van Persie's Feyenoord. Rangers drew with Braga. Rangers blew a 1-goal lead with some awful defending, and they're now 33rd in the Europa League table. As for the Conference League, Strasbourg beat Crystal Palace 2-1. Palace threw away a 1-goal advantage and missed 2 open goals as they tasted defeat for the first time since the end of October. And then Aberdeen drew 1-1 with Noah from Armenia. Right, let's just reflect back on that Aston Villa, one of the top stories this morning. Aston Villa manager Unai Emery had his say on this, and he didn't want to get too drawn. Didn't want to draw too much on the objects thrown at Marlon, but was clearly very unhappy with the situation.
Unai, how is Daniel Marlon has that little cut on his head, and how disappointing were the scenes when he celebrated after the 2 goals he scored last night, with the amount of things being thrown from the away supporters?
Okay, we need respect for both sides. It's not necessary to get a moment like we had today.
And you felt that was a lack of respect from the away supporters towards
respect for both sides.
Yeah, so a really bad situation happening at Aston Villa. Marlon had objects thrown at him while celebrating the first goal, and then celebrated in front of the away fans again for his second. In terms of his game, Marlon is really finding his feet as an Aston Villa player. It's 4-4 now for him. As for Nottingham Forest, 3-0 win against Malmo. Lots of nostalgia at the City Ground, as it was a repeat of the 1979 European Cup final, which Forest went on to win. As for the current situation, it's the third win in the row for them, up to 16th in the Europa League table, and Sean Dyche is absolutely loving life at the
Yeah, certainly very pleased. Very pleased overall with I spoke to the group about the squad mentality, because it's going to be important going forward. So everyone will, the fixture list is quite clear how congested it's going to get over the next couple of months. I think the squad delivered a very solid performance, very professional performance tonight. and pleased to get through, some of them to get through the full game as well, 90 plus minutes. I think that's important moving forwards for the ideally, when I go into a club, it'd be getting fit for the task, not using the task to get fit. But unfortunately, because we're sort of playing catch-up with some players, these games are important to just, use it for literally the 90-odd minutes when we can. So I'm pleased for the players getting fitter and sharper as well, the ones who need it. And the other ones just doing a very good job tonight. I thought there were some really, really good performances.
Talking of really good performances, really pleased for Ryan Yates, first European goal for him. And he's now scored, get this, in all top 5 of the divisions in English football. He's been at the club for 21 years now. And he's someone that I've spoken to many times. Really, really good bloke. Understands the club. He sets the culture. He's Nottingham Forest through and through. And he's now scored, get this, every day of the week for Forest now as well. So he is Mr. Nottingham Forest, and pleased to see him get his first European goal in his career and get Nottingham Forest up and running on a very nostalgic night for the club. Well, former England striker Dean Ashton, who was on commentary duty for talkSPORT, is making Forest one of the favourites for the competition.
Yes, they can. They've got a terrific squad of players, an experienced manager. There's no reason why they can't take any cup competition extremely seriously. Now, they well overachieved last season to get European football in the first place. I think that they're more, I would say, mid-table. That was such a massive overachievement. But cup competitions for this club should be a goal for Sean Dyche and for his players. And again, they're capable. If you look at the Europa League and the teams in it, they've beaten Porto and who were up there as well. Why not go and qualify without having to have a playoff?
As for Crystal Palace, it was a second defeat for Crystal Palace in the Conference League, leaving them now 18th in the table. They missed 2 open goals as well. Rangers in 33rd, and Celtic finally went away in Europe. It's exactly 1 month, would you believe, since Celtic legend Martin O'Neill returned to Parkhead. He had been out of management for more than 6 years, and their 3-1 win over Robin van Persie's Feyenoord was Celtic's first away win in Europe since November 2021, and O'Neill's 5th win from 6 matches in charge. What a good job he's done since coming in. They've now moved within 4 points of Hearts with a game in hand and beat Rangers to reach the League Cup final. That's next month. And I was really, these quotes made me smile. Martin O'Neill said it's hard to say in terms of, what he said in terms of when he took the job. He said, my 2 daughters were all up for it in terms of going for the job, but my wife said I'd probably mess it up. I haven't messed it up so far. It's been great. And the results are what you live by, and they've been terrific. Love that. Not too much support from the wife, but he's certainly proving her wrong. In terms of the games this weekend, tonight it's Oxford against Ipswich in the Championship. That's a talkSPORT 2 exclusive for you at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow you've got Stoke against Hull in the Championship, also over on talkSPORT 2, an exclusive one from 12:30. As for 3 o'clock, Coventry against Charlton. Coventry just flying at the moment, aren't they? So good under Frank Lampard. That's a talkSPORT 2 exclusive, also in the Championship. 8 o'clock kickoff tomorrow will be Tottenham against Fulham in the Premier League, exclusive for you on talkSPORT. And then on Sunday, it's Crystal Palace against Manchester United in the Premier League. 12 o'clock kickoff, that one, over on talkSPORT, exclusive as well. Right, in terms of today, it is Black Friday. I know, it's come around so quickly this time this year. And so we're asking you as part of our text topic this morning, what's the biggest Black Friday bargain you have ever got? I was speaking to Amelia Beltrao, our newsreader, our brilliant newsreader, and she said that 8 out of 10 deals are the same price or cheaper at any other times of the years, after a story that she was reading this week. So are you a fan of Black Friday in terms of, are you going to be one of those people going into the shops this morning, getting up early and getting those Black Friday deals, or are you not even thinking about Christmas shopping at all? Give me a text, 08 10 89, you can give me a call, 03717 2233 44. I'm not a massive Black Friday person, maybe because I end up leaving it rather late, but also I want to give it a bit more thought around what I'm going to be giving my loved ones this Christmas. So where do you sit on Christmas shopping? Are you a Black Friday fan or not? Okay, coming up next, we're going to be getting into the back pages, plus finding out which Liverpool legend is being tipped by Andy Goldstein to replace Arne Slot should he get the boot. The time is 5:15. A very good morning. Katie Shanahan here with you until 6 o'clock when Alan Brazil and Gabby Bonhor take over with talkSPORT Breakfast. Remember, we're now on your DAB radio, your smart speaker, YouTube, and of course on your smart TV. So come and say hello. Right, here are some of the headlines you're waking up to this Friday morning. England have planned extra training sessions in Brisbane following their hammering in the first Ashes test. The tourists were beaten by Australia inside 2 days in Perth and have responded by outlining 5 days of build-up to the day-night test at the Gabba beginning next Thursday. Australia's team is unchanged, meaning skipper Pat Cummins is still missing. Newcastle United are to launch a complaint after supporters were indiscriminately assaulted by the police following their side's defeat by Marseille at the Stade Velodrome. And ahead of Sunday's game against West Ham, under pressure, Liverpool boss Arne Slot knows he's thin on ice with the Reds on their worst run since they were relegated back in 1954. Here's Slot speaking yesterday.
No, there's a lot of pressure if you work or play at a top club. And even more so if you start losing more games than this club or this players or this manager is used to. So then there's always pressure. But there was a lot of pressure last season as well for us to win the league. And now it's a different kind of pressure because we've lost so many games. But what it does to me, I can just do the same, but I don't have to play. So maybe my job is a little bit easier if it comes to this. Because I think it's hard for every player. If you are in a bad run of results, if you go down immediately after 3 minutes, and then you play a good first half, and then 10 minutes after halftime, again you concede. So we get knock after knock after knock, which is hard, but that's why I keep saying that, especially when that happens, we have to keep fighting, and that's what we've done so well last season, and what this club is about for so many years.
Well, on Drive yesterday, Andy Goldstein threw a true Liverpool legend's name in the mix. Should Slot lose his job?
What can Liverpool do to get out of this mess? And it is a mess. The league's over. They're done. Right? The season's over. The only thing Liverpool realistically can do, of course domestically, is win the Champions League. They're not going to win the Premier League. If they're going to pull their season back and have a great season, the Champions League is their only hope. They're not going to win the Premier League. Here's what I think they should do. They should cut their losses, get rid of Slot. It ain't working, right? Mm-hmm. Steven Gerrard is the answer.
Yeah.
Bring back, give it to Stevie G to the end of the season. He comes in. He gets that feel-good factor back at Liverpool, back at Anfield. When one of the greats come back, everyone's lifted.
Yeah.
Imagine what it will be like. A bit like United with Giggsy in the dugout, right? Mm-hmm. When Carrick was there as well, there's that feel-good feeling. Even when Solskjaer, to a point, when he came back, there was that lift. Liverpool at the moment, as a club, they're on their knees.
Is Steven Gerrard really the answer? He nearly obviously took the Rangers job. Has he got enough experience? Is he ready for the Liverpool job, especially when they're in turmoil at the moment? Could Jurgen Klopp go back in the summer, 2 years after leaving, or even this season? Well, the Mirror are reporting they could turn to him as an interim option. You feel as though bear in mind, he's only just left. Jurgen Klopp going back, he probably misses the team and the players a little bit, so he could come in as a rescue option. But Jamie Carragher says in his Telegraph column that Arne Slot has a week to save his job. Liverpool's next 3 games are West Ham, Sunderland and Leeds. So anything less than 7 points will make it already unacceptable. This is what Jamie Carragher is saying. And Liverpool have never sacked a manager after winning the league. But Arne Slot has said that he thinks that the team can keep fighting and he still has the backing of the hierarchy. This is after the PSV loss. It feels as though that was the one that's really piled all the pressure onto Slot. So for more on the day's biggest stories, go to talksport.com. Right, it is time for Back Pages, and the brilliant Will Hobbs is in the studio. Good morning, Will.
Good morning. Hello.
How are you? You okay?
Yeah. Great.
Are you a Black Friday fan?
No, I just don't touch it. I'm of the Amelia Beltrao school of thought that it's all a con.
Yeah.
Because I'm quite gullible, so I have to hold myself back. If I see something that comes up on Instagram, my trigger finger is trigger happy,
One of those
and I'm
people
like,
that goes and buys it.
so now I've done it a couple of occasions, and now I'm ultra defensive. So yeah, no, I'm cautious this time of year for sure.
Okay, where would you like to start? Lots of I suppose worrying and concerning pictures of Marlon getting hit by crowd trouble.
Yeah, really concerning. I mean, the video after he scored the goal, he was showered with plastic cups. There was like a roll of black tape that came on the field as well. It was a really horrible cut. He got a direct sort of glance to his head, which wounded him for the rest of the game. But then he scores again, and then he goes over to the same fans and does a knee slide at a slightly greater distance this time. But I had big respect for that. His first instinct was to just go straight back to that corner and go, how'd you like that? So I thought that was really impressive. But it is a bit of a theme this week. I mean, we had Newcastle fans on yesterday talking about how they were treated, sort of the other end of the spectrum, how they were being treated by Marseille police at the Stade Velodrome on Tuesday, where they were made to wait, some say, for 2 hours after kickoff, standing in sewage, rising toilets next to them, and police using batons, using pepper spray, the club making a official statement, a complaint to UEFA saying it was unnecessary force. So it has been a week of controversy off the field in Europe, which is not nice to see. But a lot of respect for Donyell Marlon, who just sort of got on with it, scored again, and faced up to those despicable fans.
I suppose it's probably hard for the police force because they don't maybe know what to expect from certain fans of clubs when they're from Europe, whereas you probably understand, they probably know, okay, Manchester United fans, this is what we're going to get. Liverpool fans, we probably know what we're going to get. But when they come from young boys, they probably haven't had to deal with that kind of fan culture in terms of what they're like. And yeah, it just looked like a massive brawl between the police and the fans from the footage that I was watching.
Yeah, indeed. And it works the other way. I mean, Simon Jordan was saying yesterday that, European police forces may have a different approach and a different relationship with English fans to English police as well. But no, it's definitely not a good look. I mean, there's never an excuse to throw things on the field just because someone scored a goal. I can never really relate to that, to be honest.
Now, I am really enjoying lots of these dog puns on the back of the pages this morning regarding Arne Slot. You'll never go walkies alone. Slotweilers, I think, wins it for me.
Slotweilers is a good one, isn't it? Really...
On the back page of the Daily Star, as they Dogs of War is where they've got that from in terms of Arne Slot's quotes and how Liverpool are fighting on.
Yeah, it's all been sparked, obviously, by Curtis Jones post-match yesterday, and on Wednesday, sorry. And he went full Roy Keane. It was like Roy Keane was on the field, and Jamie Carragher made the point afterwards, just being like, well, you were on the pitch, mate. I mean, where was your sort of dog-like instinct as well? Because, as he said, that's the only thing you can control. You can always control how much you run and how much you tackle. And it does seem that that's sort of the theme of some of the coverage of Liverpool, a softness to them that probably wasn't there under Klopp, because Klopp was renowned for a team that ran the Gengen press, the high energy, the high octane. And it just seems like, the likes of Wirtz and the likes of Isak, they're not embodying that. Mo Salah's not embodying that anymore. And so there's maybe a deeper lying kind of criticism around the mentality of this Liverpool team, as well as just a tactical system that's not quite working and not sure where players fit in. It seems to be sort of a deeper issue there. And but imagine Jurgen Klopp coming back as interim manager. I can't see it personally, but imagine.
I mean, it depends how bad it gets, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do you agree with Andy Goldstein in terms of Steven Gerrard coming back at the club?
I mean, well, if you think about the examples, Frank Lampard, did that work at Chelsea? I mean, he got top 4 in a season where they couldn't make transfers, so arguably yes, but it didn't end well, did it? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, did that work at Man United? Most people would say no. What did Giggs do at United? I mean, Steven Gerrard, the Rangers' achievement is fantastic. Nothing else he's really done in management has got to that level. I don't know. You can never rule these things out, but it doesn't seem like that's that sort of Hollywood idea of bringing back an old player. I mean, Mikel Arteta is the obvious exception, and you've still got to remember it's his first job at Arsenal. But Steven Gerrard, I don't know. I mean, he probably has more track record than Arteta did when he came to the Arsenal job, so you can never rule it out. But I think in the main, it doesn't really work.
Well, let's wait and see. A big 3 games for Arne Slot, because Jamie Carragher's saying he's got a week to turn things around. Right. Well, thank you very much for that.
No problem.
Katie Shanahan, we're here with you this Friday morning. talkSPORT Breakfast is coming up next at 6 o'clock with Alan Brazil and Gabby Abonhor. The time is 5:28. When you think about famous F1 circuits, the likes of Silverstone, Monza, Monaco come to mind. One of these is not like the others though. Monaco is just one of a number of street circuits on the calendar, and that number's only set to rise. There's a clear difference between a traditional circuit and a street circuit. One is a purpose-built facility on private land, the other is, as it sounds, a race through the streets of a major city. Monaco is the famous example, twisting and turning through the streets of the Principality with iconic backgrounds and, let's be honest, not a lot of overtaking. But from 2026, there'll be a record 10 street circuits on the calendar. It proves that cash remains king. Each track promoter gives F1 between $20 and $60 million just for the rights to host an F1 race. And when Saudi Arabia pays upwards of $100 million, you can see why it's an attractive prospect for the sport. But is it all positive? Well, the drivers aren't that bothered.
If you ask a majority of them, they'll tell you historic circuits at Silverstone, Spa, Monza, Zandvoort, they're the favourites. For the sports organisers, though, it kind of makes sense. In 2025, Monaco had a record 2.3 million strong viewership in the US alone. Meanwhile, for the British Grand Prix several weeks later, 1.5 million tuned in. So while these races may not be rip-roaring, all-out action, thrill rides we want as race fans, people are tuning in even more, and bosses can demand even more cash.
Good morning and a very happy Friday. The weekend is nearly here. Katie Shanahan here with you on Early Sports Breakfast. We are building up to the talkSPORT Breakfast Show this morning with Alan Brazil and Gabby Abodlaho. They will be here very, very shortly from 6 a.m. But here are some of the headlines you're waking up to this Friday morning. Aston Villa's Europa League win over Young Boys was marred by crowd trouble as away fans of the Swiss side threw objects at the Villa players as they celebrated Daniel Marlin's first goal. Marlin suffered a small cut to his head. And the Henry Winter, I'm actually just reading here, saying Young Boys fans embarrassing their club at Villa Park, throwing cups and seats, being violent towards police and stewards. Game held up for 5 minutes. Young Boys players pleading with their fans to show some restraint and respect disgraceful behaviour. McLaren will not give preferential treatment to Lando Norris in the F1 title race. That's despite their disastrous double disqualification in Las Vegas, which has opened the door to Max Verstappen. And the World's Darts Championships are just around the corner. Can't wait for this. As is the annual talkSPORT Darts Championship. Luke Littler is the defending champion, and on Drive yesterday, Matchroom founder Barry Hearn was asked whether the darts is any closer to leaving the 3,200 capacity of Alexandra Palace.
I mean, we have no plans.
Oh, fine. You're happy with it there?
I'm happy-ish. I need more. I need more tickets because I sold 125,000 tickets in 10 minutes. The biggest demand. It was just about in line with Glastonbury. That tells you what we're talking about here.
Wow. And the same amount of mess as well.
And yeah, probably it's a messy old thing. But we do tidy up every day.
I know.
Or we try. But I think we're looking at how we can get more people in because we need to. If you don't satisfy demand goes somewhere else.
You've got a bigger room in Ali Pali.
Yeah.
Could it go there eventually?
Yeah, I think
it could go there.
And then we'd be talking, several thousand more per day, and we can keep up. I don't want people to get fed up with it and say, I've tried for 5 years to get a ticket and I can't get in. We've got to move with the crowd. We've got to entertain the bigger audiences.
Yeah, I mean, you feel as though it would be a shame for the darts to leave Ali Pali. What an amazing venue it's been for the darts. One of my favourite things to watch at Christmas. I've actually never been, and I would love to go, but I did go to Ali Pali for a gig actually only last week, and it's just such a fabulous venue. Now, remember, you can join Horsby and Jacobs on Wednesday, the 10th of December from 1 p.m. as 8 talkSPORT presenters go head-to-head on the Ocky. Dean the Storyteller Saunders is the back-to-back champion. Can anyone beat him? And he's got his own theme music this year, I believe.
Dina, here comes the storyteller, Welsh wizard with the yarns that go on and on and on. Dino! Dean Saunders on the mic. Grab a seat, this might take all night. Welsh legend with the tale to tell. Once he starts, you know it well. Dino, here comes the storyteller, Welsh wizard with the yarns that go.
I'm actually really impressed by that. That's actually a really good song. Well done to whoever put that together. Okay, can't wait for the darts. That is going to be so good. So just a reminder, 10th of December at 1 p.m, where everyone would be trying to beat the Dean Storyteller Saunders. Back-to-back champions, that's pretty good. Okay, as always, for more on the day's biggest stories, head over to talksport.com. Right, a reminder of today's text topic, because it is Black Friday. So are you going to be going out and doing your Black Friday shopping? Have you not even thought about Christmas shopping at all, like me? I have not, but I always make sure I get good presents for my loved ones. A couple of texts here saying, morning Katie, almost finished the night shift and taken full advantage of Black Friday. Christmas shopping almost done and got some lovely gifts for my lady. Looking forward to Arsenal getting 3 points at Stamford Bridge on Sunday. Love the show. Craig in Windsor, good morning. Also, Katie, please can you give a shout out to us 4 Belgians, Dave, Chris, Wim and Philip. We have just left for our annual English football weekend. How fun. Ipswich today, Leicester tomorrow, Nottingham on Sunday. Love the show. Oh, wow, what a weekend you've got planned. That is amazing. So keep those texts coming in. Are you off to get your Black Friday deals, or do you think, actually, no, I'm not a fan at all, I'm going to wait a little bit longer? Or I have even done some of my Christmas shopping on the last hours on Christmas Eve. I do tend to leave it quite late, but this year I'm going to try and get it done. Okay, right, big game coming up this weekend. Chelsea against Arsenal. Both two at the top of the Premier League table, only 6 points separating the two sides. Arsenal flying at the moment, but Chelsea hot on their heels. And on breakfast yesterday, celebrity chef and huge Arsenal fan, Ainsley Harriott, likened the Gunners' performance against Bayern to a fine souffle.
If it was just purring, it was like pulling out the perfect souffle out of the oven. The rise, the gradual build-up, the folding in, and then suddenly to unleash those beautiful, beautiful goals, you know. So, 1 minute we were panicking, and then suddenly Manweke came on, Martinelli came on, Calafiori came on. Yeah. Bam, 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 bam. Yes, man. Sweet to sweet.
And I'm joined now in the studio by Paul Ross's Friday overnight sidekick and massive Chelsea fan, Stuart Armour. Hello, how are you?
Morning, Katie. I'm good. Yourself?
You have got a huge weekend coming up, both in terms of Chelsea and but also you've got a huge comedy night as well.
Yes,
I'm excited.
Yeah, I am. I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good fun, and I've got a distraction from the Arsenal game because I'll be on stage when I'll be doing my set when they're playing. So hopefully I will keep away from the result.
Okay, so you're not going to be getting live goal updates. Arsenal, all coming through.
I hope not. Can you just imagine just the heckles from the crowd? It's 2-1 Arsenal. No,
yeah, that might help you. That might break it up a bit. So is that your first ever comedy gig?
It will be my first and my last. I'm only doing one.
Can I come along? Can I sneak in at the back?
No.
Or would I put you off?
No, not at all. Literally, the tickets have because it's all for charity. All the tickets have gone. There's literally no room in the building.
That's great though. Sold out.
Sold out.
What a massive compliment.
Sold out within the first week of us doing training.
Gosh, that is amazing. Well, best of luck. I'm sure you'll be brilliant.
Thank you.
And if you ever need to trial out some of your material, then I have a big laugh and laugh at anything. So,
brilliant.
An easy win. Let's talk about Chelsea Arsenal then. So, right, give your account for why Chelsea will win this game.
Well, there's a caveat to that.
Okay.
So, but
you don't think they're going to win?
No, exactly. But first off, what I will say is the result on the week is a big moral boost for Chelsea. 3-0 against Barcelona. Barcelona are a fantastic team. So to go out there and actually demolish them was a great week for Chelsea. Likewise, Arsenal have had a great week with the Bayern Munich result as well. What's going to happen is if Chelsea's defence turns up on Sunday, it'll be a tricky game for Arsenal, because that is the key for Chelsea winning that game, is if their defence turns up. It's hit and miss, but I think it could be a 2-1 Arsenal win.
It feels as though it should be and could be an Arsenal win. I mean, bearing in mind, they just look unstoppable at the moment. Even with Gabriel not being there, you've got Yuri and Timber, rising high for a header, to put it. They managed to just, even when, in terms of substitution, Gabriel Martinelli coming off the bench, they just feel as though they've got a really complete squad at the moment and filled in the gaps that they've been missing over the years. Chelsea, with the pace of Pedro Neto and the forwards they have going forward, you feel as though if they're going to nick anything, it's going to be on the break.
That's correct, and that's the thing. If Chelsea can get the first goal, then and the defence has turned up, Chelsea have a chance of actually winning that game. but it's all depending on how Chelsea start that game and how they can shut Arsenal down. So if they shut Arsenal down, it'll be a tricky game for Arsenal. In my heart, I'd love it to be a 2-0 Chelsea win, but I can't see Arsenal not scoring, and I can't see Chelsea scoring many goals. So that's why I've said that it'll probably be a 2-1 Arsenal win.
I'm excited to see how Esteval gets on against the Arsenal defence.
Well, we did it against Liverpool, but I know Liverpool are a bit of poor form at the moment. So
Arsenal have arguably the best defence in the league, though.
Yes, no, I agree. And that's the thing as well. The movement for his goal against Barcelona was absolutely special. I mean, I've seen the videos on TikTok and Twitter and all those places you can find them. It's just special. So seeing that goal, if he can do that against Arsenal, that could be tricky.
That's the thing. He did it against Barcelona.
He can do it against Arsenal, yeah.
And he could do it against Arsenal, but you feel as though maybe Calafiori, you might be able to handle him.
Nah, I think if he's got his feet going, I think Esteval could do anything on his day.
So how excited are Chelsea fans about Esteval? Are we overhyping too early? I mean, he's still only 18, but he's such a bright, exciting talent. Have you watched him live?
I've not been to see him live, but obviously I've seen him on the TV. I've seen the Club World Cup when he played against us and scored that goal against us. So Esteval, looks a fantastic player. He is 18, and people are drawing comparisons to Lamine Yamal already, and I think maybe it's a bit too early. It's his only first season in the Premier League. He's got a lot to learn and he's got a lot to get through. He is a special talent, though.
So, yeah, Chelsea on a good run at the moment, unbeaten in 6. So what would constitute success for Chelsea this season?
So I'm still going with the top 4 finish. I wouldn't mind a League Cup or FA Cup or even a good run in the Champions League as well. But definitely a top 4 to keep in the Champions League for next season is a good run. If we beat Arsenal this weekend, we've got to be considered as title challengers.
Yeah, I think that's a good shout. Okay, Stuart, best of luck.
Thank
Your
you.
comedy night, you're going to be amazing. I'm going to fangirl the whole time. So, yeah, best of luck. And on the comedy night, and maybe not as much luck on the weekend as an Arsenal fan. But let's see who comes out on top. Thank you so much, Stuart. Thanks for coming in the studio. Okay, right. Katie Shanahan here with you on Early Sports Breakfast. It is time now for Front Pages.
It's a front page throwdown.
Oh, what a move!
The front page is first on the Early Sports Breakfast. talkSPORT.
A very good morning, Amelia Beltran. You are glowing this morning. You are bronze. You are glowing. I love this look.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You haven't put
makeup on. Gosh, wow.
There we go. I'm not too happy about the negativity from Stuart Armour there, saying, "Oh, Chelsea going to lose." I think if we have a draw, I'll be very pleased. I think we need a bit more optimism after this week's result.
Yeah, but Arsenal are flying.
They are flying, but if we have Esteval on good form and we have Cucurella on good form,
that's 2 players.
That's 2. Yeah, I know, but they're the key ones. They are the key ones. They were the key
Just
ones.
the other 9 to go.
Just the other 9. No, I'm a bit chipper today because they finally changed the playlist in the toilets to the Christmas one. So now I'm allowed to sing as many Christmas songs. I've just been singing Gabby Bongler's Horsepace.
Wow. Oh, have you? I bet he really appreciated that.
He said morning to you too, Amelia. Right, okay. Should we get into the story?
Yes, where would you like to start on the front pages?
Let's start with little sacks.
I was going to say we're going to start with love.
I love love. I love love, yes. So, in the Sun today on page 3, maybe not what you'd expect, but Bukayo Saka has got engaged to his girlfriend of 5 years, Talami Benson. Apparently, he popped the question at the Raffles Hotel in London, which I didn't even realise. Now that I've seen it on a map, I always thought it was an embassy, but apparently it's a very nice, schwanky hotel. But yeah, he's popped the question, so he should be feeling a bit chipper coming into Sunday's fixture. So maybe it might be good for you guys.
Yeah. Okay. So that is weird that they put that on page 3.
I know.
I mean, she does look lovely.
She looks fabulous. I always loved her outfits during the Euros. She had always these bespoke jackets and stuff like that, and now they go for thousands of pounds because of how cool they are.
Yeah. Oh, very pleased with Bukayo Saka. She's going to be Mrs. Saka. I mean, that's a hell of a
quite a name.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Saka.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder who your husband is.
Yeah.
I wonder. They're going to have a big wedding.
I
Do you reckon
know.
they'll have a big wedding or do something private?
Oh my God, which England players are going to get onto the get onto the invite list?
Yeah.
Right. I thought there was a bit of an odd story. This is going to page 17.
No boffins, aliens.
No boffins. I thought I'd spare you today. But Will was like, that's so cool. That's so 007. Basically, in Russia, they're obviously a very controversial situation over there where they are currently at war with Ukraine. But apparently, they've now launched a new squadron of remote-controlled spy pigeons.
What?
Yes.
By
So they're putting little
pigeons.
brain implants into pigeons, and they're gonna
Have all the birds you could have picked a pigeon.
Well, they used to have pigeon carriers, didn't they, back in the day?
Yeah.
Which
I would have gone for like a big eagle.
A big eagle, but that's not very discreet, is it? You just see a big eagle popping on and News UK's building as like message for Katie. It's not very discreet.
Oh, sorry, yeah, that's my eagle.
Yeah,
my pet eagle.
Don't mind him. And then where was the other story? Oh yeah, right, back into Christmas songs.
Okay,
I'm in the
great.
spirit now. So Christmas number one is always a bit of a weird one because I think obviously every year we had the Mariah phase, and then everyone just
The Mariah phase, I mean, that's still a phase.
It's still a phase, but she was always number one. And then people that say, no, we need to try and change it up a bit. So they had, what was it, Lad Baby?
Yes.
Who then kept winning consecutively. Well, apparently Paddington Bear might be Christmas number one.
Oh, now that could, replace Mariah. Paddington.
So Paddington the musical is currently on show at the moment. And the song, which is called One of Us, is performed by McFly's Tom Fletcher.
Yes, I've heard this song.
I haven't heard it.
Yes,
so maybe we need to. Do you know what? I'd actually submit the Dino song. I think that's great. That's actually really good. I need to get the lyrics and I'll be singing it around the office again.
It's brilliant song. Whoever sang it did it beautifully.
It's AI though. So
it's AI.
That's what Will was telling me.
Oh wow, I actually thought someone went and sang
that as well. I was like, oh my god, why did they
AI's
not ask me to
taking
perform
over.
it?
Amazing. Are you ready for Christmas? I feel as though today is the day where you're fully festive.
I have to sort of caveat what Will said about what I am actually team Black Friday. I just wish that I didn't know the story about the 8 and 10
Oh
deals.
yes, tell us that again.
Yes, so 8 and 10 Black Friday deals are actually the same price or cheaper at other times of the year. So I've really done myself in here because I was hoping to do all my shopping today, but I still don't know what to get anyone. So I've got a cousin who's just recently had a baby. So if you've got any ideas for that?
A baby grow of, whatever team they support.
The baby shower. So I'm just trying to think for him. I asked Rory Jennings what was his idea.
Get them lots of food.
He said an eye mask and some beers. I was like, okay,
well, normally
brilliant.
get lots of people. We've got people in the past. We've got them like vouchers to get food.
Yeah,
I don't have time
a
to
Deliveroo voucher, but I thought that seemed a bit lazy. But anyways, I'll have to think.
No, people just need to eat because they have no time because they're very busy with the little baby.
Yeah.
Right, Amelia, thanks so much, and thank you for bringing all your festive energy into the studio. Thank you so much. Right, it is 5:49. Up next, you're going to be hearing from Thomas Frank, who's promising Spurs fans entertainment at home to Fulham tomorrow night.
Las Vegas, baby, on talkSPORT.
Good morning, Katie Shanahan here with you on talkSPORT with Early Sports Breakfast. Alan Brazil and Gabby Bonhor are just around the corner. They're coming up in 7 minutes' time with talkSPORT Breakfast at 6 a.m. Now, as you can hear with the very intense music, the countdown is on. You've only got until 4 o'clock today. Don't miss your chance to kick off 2026 by winning an epic trip to Vegas. That's thanks to our friends at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. Not long now until you and your best mate could be flying upper class from London to Vegas, checking into a luxury spa villa for 4 incredible nights at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. Cheering from the stands, the Las Vegas Raiders take on Kansas City Chiefs, and you'll get £5,000 in cash to spend on whatever you wish. So clear your calendar from the 2nd of January to the 7th of January 2026, because nothing starts a new year like Vegas. A very good luck.
21 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text at £2 plus standard network rate. Bill payer's permission required. Or call 03434239761. Calls are charged at standard rate. All entries must be received by the 28th of November at 4 p.m. This is a network promotion. Run across talkSPORT, Virgin Radio UK and Talk. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
Now, this weekend, talkSPORT brings you 2 exclusive Premier League commentaries. This weekend's Premier League fixtures for you in full. Saturday at 3 o'clock, you've got Brentford against Burnley, Sunderland against Bournemouth, and Man City host Leeds. At 8 o'clock, Tottenham against Fulham in a London derby. That's live and exclusive for you on talkSPORT. Then on Sunday at 12 o'clock, Crystal Palace face Manchester United. That's also live and exclusive for you on talkSPORT. At 2:05, Nottingham Forest up against Brighton, Villa v Wolves, and West Ham against Liverpool, as Liverpool try to turn around their form. And at 4:30 is the big one. Chelsea against Arsenal. Arsenal 6 points clear of Chelsea at the moment. Only 1 defeat Arsenal have suffered all season. That was to Liverpool early on. And it's also a chance, as you were just hearing from Stuart Armour just moments ago, a chance for Esteval to showcase his talent once again against arguably the best defence in the league. So let's take a look at Tottenham against Fulham very quickly. Spurs are 9th, no wins in the last 3 league games. Fulham have got an important week. That was last week against Sunderland to go into 15th. There's growing unrest, though, amongst the Tottenham fans, but Thomas Frank is promising attacking football.
And I promise you, we will do everything we can to deliver. And we will do everything we can to come flying out, to be positive, intense, energetic, forward. But I'm also pretty sure that Fulham will do everything they can to avoid that. But it's our job to make sure that we perform. And if we perform well, we've got a very good chance to win the game.
Right, here's what's coming up on breakfast this morning. Alan Brazil and Gabby Bonhor will be here very shortly. In 4 minutes' time, they will cover the F1 ahead of Qatar this weekend. McLaren's title in doubt. Former City and Leeds defender Danny Mills will be on the show. And a week to the World Cup draws. Ex-Canada manager John Herdman is in the studio. Katie Shanahan here with you on Early Sports Breakfast. Alan and Gabby on the way next. Have a great day and a brilliant weekend.